We go from a 2.5-mile facility to NASCAR's backyard. Welcome to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where tonight it is the home to race number 2 of the RCOM Papa John's Truck Series. This place may be 1 mile shorter than the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but at the same time, it can produce some really good racing, and we've got 36 trucks sitting on pit road ready to get this race underway. But, yeah, I don't even know what else to really say as far as the introductory is concerned. But I do know I can say this, in case if you weren't with us at Indianapolis for the Indiana Bash, the first race of the season, the final laps were led by this man, Owen Crafton, driving the number 4. He managed to get out front at the right time. A caution fell right into his lap, and he never looked back from there. Managed to take the checkered flag under caution in the first position, and he comes into this race as your points leader. But however, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, he's starting towards the back of the field, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. And speaking of your point standings, let's go ahead and take a look at our points from after Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Owen Crafton, as I mentioned, is your points leader with 47 points. Mitchell Collins is second with 35. Tied with Jordan Watt, who sits third. Bronson Minnick is fourth in the points with 34. Derek Hamill sits fifth with 33. Bobby Smithfield sits in the sixth position with 32 points. Brett Kennybird seventh with 31. Reggie Fogelman sits 8th with 30 points. 9th is Allison Rain with 29 points. And Abby Walker completes the top 10 with 27 points in the bank for the number 51 machine. So this is going to be some pretty wild action here. First night race of the season. And I will say this race should fall nothing short of spectacular. Well, folks, I think I've said what I needed to say. So I think it's time we get this race underway. The drivers are strapped into their trucks. Pre-race ceremonies are just now starting to wrap up, but in order to get these 36 behemoths rolling out onto the racetrack, we get to get the command to fire the engines.
NASCAR fans, say it with me. Drivers, start your engines!
Engines are fired, pace truck is rolling off, and so are these 36 drivers as they roll out for the pace laps. Here's your starting lineup for race 2 here at Charlotte. The field has just taken one lap to go and will be green flag racing. They're in turn 3 now. And as you see on the front row, that is the number 30 of Stephen Colon. And lining up alongside is the 43 of Zachary Fitzwater. Pretty impressive front row as they come off of turn number 4. And the pace truck is going to pull off here at this 1.5-mile facility in NASCAR's backyard. Stephen Colon and Zachary Fitzwater will lead the field to the green to get race number 2 underway here at Charlotte. Already 3 wide towards the middle of the pack. That is the 38 of Trey Smith stuck in the middle, with Elijah going up top, and on the bottom is the 66. That would have to be Ryan Durrani as they come off of turn number 4. 4 wide. right at the start-finish line, and that is going to cause a crash. There it is, right there. The 3 is around. Gordon involved. There's the 24. Madison Tall collected. Nathan Stapleton and others. First caution of the night is out already on lap number 2. And Stephen Colon is going to lead him back to the caution flag. Oh, the 16, I believe that is Mitchell Collins. Heavily damaged. He's going to be out of this one early in the going. The 61, that is Owen Miles. He's done. Fitzwater is out of it early. Bobby Smithfield, after a really good race at Indianapolis 2 weeks ago, he's going to take a big hit in the points early in this one. And looks like he's going to be able to continue, but Fitzy will not. He's going to pull that truck into the garage area. And we're under our first caution right here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. See what the strategy is going to look like here. And I believe the 20, that would be Zoe Summer, is coming down pit road. William Brock in the 22 is going to follow. So basically the trucks that do have some form of damage are going to be coming down pit road. Derek Hamill, who sits 5th in the points, is coming in pit road. Same for Abby Walker. There's Alex Bonsignor in the 46. Allison Rain as well. But nonetheless, first caution of the night is out here at Charlotte. Stephen Colon is your leader, so let's go back and take a look and see what happened that caused our first yellow flag of the night here in Charlotte. And there's the cause of our lap 2 incident. 4 wide on the front straightaway. Bobby Smithfield in the middle with Zoe Summer in the 20. Then Zachary Fitzwater up top, and the number 3 of, I believe that would be Jordan Watts on the bottom. But you see both Watt and Summer down on the apron, and then they come back up the racetrack in front of Bobby Smithfield. Emily Anderson, really nice job of being comfortable and ended up missing this. There's where Gordon gets involved. Jordan Watt continues to go around. Mitchell Collins pretty much has it stopped. The 99 of, I believe that is, man, see, this is why I really need to be consistent with calling these races. Chris Reynolds in the 99, trying to avoid it, but he ends up hitting the 42 of Elijah Gordon in the process. Not a lot of damage to his truck. There's Bronson Minnick in the 12. And the 15 of Nathan Stapleton was stuck between a rock and a hard place. In other words, the banking and the apron, so that's why he had to teleport to pit road. But a big crash to start off this race, and it's going to take out some top contenders early in the going here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So our first caution of the night is out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to take out a couple of top contenders, maybe even more. And Stephen Colon is going to be leading once we get back to the restart. So stick around, folks. We'll be right back. We're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They have just taken 1 to go, and we'll be back to green flag racing on lap number 7 in this 40-lap race. Forgot to mention that at the top of the show. And Stephen Colon right now is your race leader. Emily Anderson running in the 2nd spot. Samet Oskin sits 3rd. Joey Miles in the 19 is 4th. Brett Kenningberg is 5th. He rounds out your top 5. Cole Raymond is in the 6th position. Running in 7th is the 47 of Carter Joey. Running 8th is Trey Smith in the 38. Running 9th is the 25 of Wyatt Walker. And the 88 of, I believe that's Mitchell Hodak. Yes, completes the top 10. And you see the couple down there on the inside, the 24 of Madison Tull, the 15 of Nathan Stapleton. Both of those drivers still running out on the racetrack. They're just a lap down, so they'll be lining up on the inside. Nathan Stapleton, correction on that one, 2 laps down. And the only 3 trucks that are out of the race and have smelled what the rock was cooking, the 43 of Zachary Fitzwater, the 16 of Mitchell Collins, and the 61 of Owen Miles. So both of the Hattori Racing Enterprises cars, unfortunately, are going to be out of this one early, and they're not going to be able to kiss the trophy by the end of this one. Here we go. Almost a quarter of the way through here at Charlotte. Green flag back in the air. And just as expected, the 24 and the 15 are going to be well off the pace. So let's see how long these drivers can hold it together on a single file restart while trying to navigate their way around Tull and Stapleton. Looks like it's a 6 or 7 truck breakaway as they head down the back straightaway. Emily Anderson trying to take a look to the inside. They try to take the lead away from Stephen Colon. Not able to make that move quite work yet. But they come down the front straightaway. Colon is going to lead another lap. So this is a 6 truck breakaway. Make that 7 if you count the 47 of Carter Joey. But meanwhile back here, they're all just now starting to get by the 24 and the 15. The 24 of Tull is holding up everybody up on the top, and Nathan Stapleton is out of harm's way on the outside line. So this is really good to see. Really good racing awareness from some of these drivers. Meanwhile, up front, challenge for the lead. Joey Miles just led that lap. He gets a bonus point, and Brent Kenningberg is going to take the top position from the extreme outside. Meanwhile, 3 wide. That is for third. Cole Raymond trying to make something happen. Emily Anderson still in the mix. So it's a 6 truck fight here. Actually 7 trucks. 7 trucks thrown under a blanket for the top position here as we're almost a quarter of the way through here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Kenningberg is going to take the top spot as they come off of turn 2 and start down the back straightaway. They're getting pretty aggressive back there, 3 wide as Kenningberg takes the lead. Let's take a look at the action back over here. Oh my! Sophia Frignetti just got squeezed up into the wall by John Stewart in the 98. And I thought they were going to go 4 wide there for a split second, but they settle it back down to double file. So not a bad deal there for Frignetti, John Stewart, also the 44, Derek Hamill. And there's the 45, that is Shauna Martin. Some of these drivers are pretty deep in the point standings, like Sophia Frignetti, for instance, dead last with a single point in the bank. And right now, she's currently running in the 13th position. Nonetheless, whether she's outside of the top 10 or not, this is a really good points day for her to try to get her feet back up from underneath her and try to muscle her way up in the points, because this is a 10-race season. And by the time we get done with Charlotte, we'll be a 5th of the way through here. So you don't really have a whole lot of time to get up there in the points and make some noise, but you definitely do have enough time to get up there in these races and make some noise. So that way you can get up to a decent spot in the point standings, because as the season goes on, it's going to get harder and harder to move your way up. Cole Raymond almost rubbing the wall, trying to get to the outside of Stephen Colon. And look at that run Raymond got on the 30, and it looks like Cole Raymond is going to try to get 2 birds with 1 stone here. This is going to be the battle for 4th. 3 wide for 2nd. Joey Miles, that's Carter Joey in the 47, and also the 1 of Emily Anderson way up top. But look at the momentum that Carter Joey got there on the back straightaway. And he pulls up in 2nd, Emily Anderson in 3rd. And now she's going to be challenged by the 47 of Carter Joey. Now she's going to lose another spot. So now she falls back to 4th and now potentially 5th here at the stripe. And that is the case. So it's a 7-horse fight for the top spot. And then you got Wyatt Walker pulling another train of trucks behind him. He's sitting in the 8th position. Another guy that really needs a good run in the point standings is Wyatt Walker. He comes into this race 34th in the standings with 3 points in the bank. So this is a really good point stay for him, and if he can hold on to a top 10, he'll definitely catapult up there in the points. Looks like they've caught up to Bobby Smithfield, who is well off the pace, along with Tall and Stapleton, who I believe are on the other end of the racetrack, and indeed that is the case along with all these other drivers. So Kenningberg holds on to the top spot. Carter Joey moves up into second, and Joey Miles is going to fall back to third, 3 wide. Sam Oskin in the middle, Cologne on the bottom, Joey Miles up top. Man, this is some good action here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at some action back over here. There's, oh, crash on the back straightaway. Who is that just went around? Who is that? Who is that? That's the 7 of Sam Oskin. Luckily, this is a 1-truck incident, so this is no harm, no foul. Caution is out. Brett Kenningberg leads him back to the caution. My goodness. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Might have, looks like Oskin, no damage on the 7, so I believe Sam Oskin is going to be able to get away from this scot-free. I think he might have made some contact with the inside wall. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. I'm not going to bank on it just yet, but we'll just have to take a look at the replay. But in the meantime, what is the pit strategy going to look like for these drivers as they work their way into turn number 4 now? And pit stops are going to take place. Brett Kenningberg leads them all down pit road. And I believe the only exceptions that are going to be staying out are Bobby Smithfield, Tall, and Stapleton. Remember, those drivers are a lap down or more. Bobby Smithfield, I believe, actually no, Smith is coming in. Bobby Smithfield's coming in, sorry. And Tall and Stapleton are also coming in as well, despite the fact that they are 1 to 2 laps down. And let's see what the pit strategy is going to look like. From my best knowledge, I do think the number 30, or not the 30, sorry, Carter Joey is going to win the race off of pit road. And coming out second will be the 30 of Stephen Cologne. Coming out in third, just barely. Actually, I think it might be Cole Raymond who just beat Joey Miles to the line. So he'll come out third. Joey Miles will come out fourth. Fifth will be the number... Actually, I think it might be the 10 of Mike Manfer. So then coming out sixth will be the 88 of Mitchell Hodak. Seventh will be Wyatt Walker. Eighth will be the 98 of that is John Stewart. My bad. And I believe ninth will be Brett Kenningberg. And completing the actually, they've just changed the order up a little bit. Everybody's kind of coming out all over the place, but still, nonetheless, the guy that is beat everybody off pit road as we're closing out on halfway is Carter Joey in the 47. So let's go back and take a look at see what happened to Sam Oskin that brought out yellow flag number 2 of the night here at Charlotte. So this is some really good battle up. This is a great battle up here at the front. I believe we've documented something like this about a lap ago, but we're going to slow it down a bit. I believe Joey Miles in the 19 gets up into the outside wall. Oh, no. The 25 of Wyatt Walker actually just washed up the racetrack and then got into the left rear quarter panel of Sam Oskin and then turned him into the inside wall. Just a nudge for the number 7 on the rear end of Oskin's truck, so it shouldn't be too bad. I think Oskin is going to be able to stay up to speed with all the rest of the drivers, so I'd say that's not a bad deal there for Sam Oskin. Unfortunately, he'll be at the tail end of the field, but mark my words, he could get up there and make something happen. We're just going to have to find out for ourselves. We're on board with Wyatt Walker. Yeah, you just got really tight. Very unfortunate there for Wyatt Walker, but it's also unfortunate for Sam Oskin. Having himself a really good race, and fortunately he just gets turned and neither are at fault for this, really. It's just a racing deal. It's just a part of racing. But in the meantime, the 47 of Carter Joey is your race leader. So let's go back and rejoin the field for the restart here for race 2 of the RCOM Papa John's Truck Series at Charlotte. One lap and we will be back to green flag racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's go ahead and review your top 10 before I got a little bit scrambled on the exit of pit road when all these drivers were coming out of pit road. Running in the lead is the number 47 of Carter Joey. Running in second, that's Stephen Colon. Third, Joey Miles. Fourth, Cole Raymond. Completing your top 5, that is Cole Raymond, or Mitchell Hodak, excuse me. Running in sixth is Wyatt Walker. Running in seventh is Mike Manford. Eighth is Brett Kenningberg. Ninth is John Stewart. And rounding out your top 10 is the number 40 of Sophia Frignetti. So now Bobby Smithfield joins Madison Tall and Nathan Stapleton on the inside line for this restart as we're halfway through race number 2 of the RCOM Papa John's Truck Series right here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I don't exactly know what I was going to rename this race, but you'll see it in the title of this broadcast as field comes off of turn number 4, and the pace truck is going to pull off. Well, we did pretty well on the previous restart. Let's see how we can do on this restart. Green flag back in the air as they're past the restart zone. They got a little bit bottlenecked there from Stephen Colon on back. Well, somebody got bottlenecked. Who was it? Somebody got off to a horrible start. And I believe that might have been the 75. They might have just gotten held up by the 75 of Bobby Smithfield. But everybody on the bottom is going to go right on by. All who are being held up by Tall, or Smithfield, Tall, and Stapleton. Man, they're 3 abreast. They're all stacked up here. Might want to keep an eye on this. This could get bad. Stapleton holding up the middle line. Bobby Smithfield holding up the top along with Madison Tall. Everybody's still trying to get by all these trucks. Well, the other 3 trucks that are well off the pace. And it looks like they're going to string it out a bit. And they're going to shuffle Nathan Stapleton up to the top. And I believe they might have already done the same thing to Bobby Smithfield and Madison Tall. So they're well out of the way, which is great news. Battle for the lead in the meantime. That is Stephen Colon in the 30 being challenged by Joey Miles in the 19. Carter Joey going to try to make it 3 abreast as they hit turn 3. Good. Alrighty, some great action here as we're approaching 15 to go. Right here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Joey Miles edges ahead, makes contact with Carter Joey as they cross the start-finish line. But he just barely led it by 4/100ths of a second. We're already seeing some good action here at Charlotte. 3 wide once again. Mitchell Hodak trying to go to the bottom. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff right here as they come off of turn 4. And now Joey's going to reassume the lead. 15 to go right here at Charlotte. Man, this is some really good action. Really great racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I know I keep saying the track name a lot, but you know what? It doesn't even make a difference. How about Addison Jarrell in the 91? Started deep in the field for this in this race, and she's already worked her way up into 8th place. Right now running inside of the top 10. Let's see where she's at coming to the line. Well, already past the line. She's still being scored 8th. But the 2021 RCOM Pepsi Amateur Series champion is right up here in the mix. Josh Williamson in the 23 has now started to get back into things. Remember, he had a really fast truck at Indianapolis just 2 weeks ago, and once again started to prove it here at Charlotte. Reggie Fogelman is up here. Sophia Frignetti, remember, finished dead last at Indianapolis in an early race incident. And now she's up inside of the top 5. 4-truck breakaway, single file for now. Back into turn 3. Hodak goes to the bottom. Cole Raymond is going to go with him. And Brett Kenningberg will follow as well. 3 abreast, 2 rows deep. Look at this. Williamson getting by Fogelman and Joey Miles. Trey Smith has come into the mix in truck number 38. How about this? This is some good stuff. This is great stuff late in the going here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we're closing in on 10 laps to go in just a few laps time. Everybody going single file for the moment. Down the front straightaway they come. Cole Raymond goes to the inside and is going to take the lead away from Mitchell Hodak as they go into turn 1. Let's take a look at the action that's going on back over here. I thought they were going to go I thought they were 3 abreast coming out of turn number 4. Look at Owen Crafton in the number 4 machine. Right now challenging William Brock for position. And I believe that is for the 14th spot. He's trying to keep it, but he's going to lose it to both William Brock and Colin Cropley. 10 laps to go, and they are 3 wide, and they're shuffling Owen Crafton out. Emily Anderson holding on to the 11th position. Not a bad night for her. Actually did pretty well in Indianapolis for her first race back in a full-time season. And now here she is running 13th at this time. And meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, they're now starting to catch up to lap traffic once again. And they're 3 abreast. These trucks, these dozen trucks, are wrapped underneath a blanket. 4 wide. That can't work. That cannot work. They're 5 wide in the back, and they're crashing. Who is that going around? I believe that's the 99 of Chris Reynolds. Indeed it is. Caution is out, and I believe they might be wrecking. Sorry, they're not wrecking up at the front of the field, but Carter Joey leads them down. Third caution in this race, and this one is going to throw a monkey wrench into everything. Go ahead and reset them, because we're not done yet. This is going to be some good action here in NASCAR's backyard. Looks like it might have just been that one truck incident with Chris Reynolds spinning out in the back. It looked like they were almost 5 wide at one point. But most likely they were 4 abreast coming out of turn number 2. All these leaders, they were 4 wide coming out of turn 2 as well, but they got it settled down. But let's see what pit strategy amongst some of these drivers is going to look like. And everybody is going to stay out. Indeed, that's the case. But we're inside of 10 laps to go, so that means single file restarts all the way to the end of this one. So the outcome to this race is going to be pretty interesting. Carter Joey is the leader. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Chris Reynolds late in the going here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So I indeed was correct on something. Going into turn number 1, look at this. They were 5 wide going into turn number 1. Look at this. William Brock up top. Owen Crafton, second truck, and then you have Ryan Durrani in the middle, along with Chris Reynolds in the 99 and Mike Manford on the bottom. That is 5 abreast, 5 wide here at Charlotte. And then let's go ahead and keep on to this camera. It looks like William Brock, if we can just rewind that a bit. I believe William Brock, no, this much kind of like an accordion effect. Ryan Durrani bounced into Owen Crafton, who then get into the William Brock, and then they come down and tag Chris Reynolds. So then Reynolds is turned at a 90-degree basis, pretty much 90 degrees at this point. But luckily, some of the other drivers hitting him, like Ryan Durrani, for example, was just enough to get him straightened back out. Man, look at Durrani trying to maintain control of his truck as he almost hit the inside wall. And luckily doesn't hit anything. Other than his teammate, really, to be specific. But still, Chris Reynolds in the 99, although he might have gotten screwed out of a really good finish he still has a pretty good truck to bring back in one piece. All he's got to do is finish these next few laps coming up, if we do end up restarting, and take the checker flag and wherever he's going to finish and move on to the next race, which we're going to Pocono next. So this is going to be interesting. One more time at speed. I still cannot believe we made 5 wide work for just a little bit, and then this calamity. Not as bad as what I was kind of expecting, but I'm still surprised that these drivers were able to keep their trucks straight, especially for somebody like Chris Reynolds, who was turned 90 degrees towards the outside wall and then was able to get straightened back out, and he's still going to continue on. Unfortunately, the tires are going to be a little bit blistered on his truck, but should still be able to continue on nonetheless. And in the meantime, the 47 of Carter Joey led everybody back to the caution flag, so let's see what the outcome to the finish of this race here at Charlotte is going to look like. 1 lap to go, and we're going to be restarting with 4 laps to go here at Charlotte. So it'll be a 4-lap dash to the finish. Just to review your top 10 at this time, Carter Joey is the race leader. Running in second is the number 30 of Stephen Colon. Remember, he started on the pole for this, so just think if he were to win this race from the pole position. That would be something. Running in third is Josh Williamson. Running in fourth is the number 52 of Reggie Fogelman. Then Addison Jarrell, our 2021 RCOM Pepsi Amateur Series champion, rounds out the top 5. Then running in 6th is Wyatt Walker. 7th is Sophia Frigniti. 8th is the 88 of Mitchell Hodak. 9th is the 9 of Cole Raymond. And rounding out your top 10 is the 19 of Joey Miles. Remember, since we're inside of 10 laps to go, it is single file restarts all the way to the finish. And we're inside of that 5 to go area. So no matter what happens from here on, if we finish this race under green, great. If a caution comes out within this 4-lap period, the race is deemed official. Here they come. Pace truck is off. 4 laps to go now. Who's going to win race number 2 at Charlotte? Let's find out. Joey and Colon get a really good jump on that restart, but Stephen Colon is going to dive to the inside right from the get-go, and Josh Williamson, Addison Jarrell, both of those trucks are going to follow. A little bit more stacked up as they hit the back straightaway. Some of the slower traffic is mixed in with some of the other faster trucks. So this is going to be a challenge to see if we can make it all the way to the finish and make it clean, make the finish clean. As we're now down to 3 laps to go. Jordan Watt is another truck that is really slow. I didn't quite think Jordan Watt was going to be pretty slow in this one, but indeed he is. They hit the back straightaway. Josh Williamson holds on to the lead, just barely led the previous lap over Stephen Colon. Just think if that was the finish to this one, that would have been big. Here they come to 2 laps to go. Josh Williamson has it. Addison Jarrell running in the second position. She wants to win this race. As they hit turn number 2 this time around, Williamson pulls out to a pretty comfortable advantage, but for how long? This is going to be a pretty interesting fight to the finish. Fogelman to the inside of Addison Jarrell, and here they come through turns 3 and now turn 4 this time. They're going to be faced with the white flag this time around. Williamson leads it. Will he be leading coming back to the checkers? Let's find out. 3 wide for the 5th position, or if that's 4th rather. Stephen Colon is going to take it away. Jarrell runs all the way up against the wall. Wyatt Walker's going to have to get out of the gas. They hit the backstretch one last time, and Josh Williamson, who had himself a really strong start to the season, is going to come around through turns 3 and 4. No challenge whatsoever. The deal is sealed, and Josh Williamson is going to take the checkers here at Charlotte. How about that? Josh Williamson had himself a really strong beginning to the 2022 season. Running inside of the top 5 pretty much most of the race in Indianapolis just 2 weeks ago. And here we are. He worked his way up to the front and he earned this one. And he earned it pretty fair, pretty square. Carter Joey, he may have been one of the trucks that was pretty dominant in this race. Unfortunately, he's going to have to settle for second. Reggie Fogelman will finish third. Running and finishing in the fourth spot is the number 91 of Addison Jarrell. And rounding out your top five, that is the 30 of Stephen Cologne. Coming home in sixth, that is the 25 of Wyatt Walker. Finishing seventh is the 38 of Trey Smith. Finishing in eighth is the 40 of Sophia Frignetti. Ninth, Joey Miles. And Mitchell Hodak completes the top 10. As the rest of your results scroll on the left-hand side of your screen from 11th through 36th. I'd say for what this was really good stuff. Really great racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. What did I tell you? This race was going to fall nothing short of exciting and fantastic, spectacular. This was pretty good racing, I'd say. Pretty clean at the finish. And at the end of it all, Josh Williamson comes out on top and most likely will be leaving this Charlotte with the points lead. Remember, he came into this race, 12th in the standings. I think he's definitely going to leave here with the points advantage. No question about it. Next race, we'll be going to the Pocono Raceway. That's going to be a good one, and I'm really hoping you guys are able to tune in at Pocono Raceway. We're going from a 1.5 miles back to a 2.5 mile racetrack, except we're going to a triangular track. What, turn 4? There is no turn 4 at Pocono Raceway, as we all know, so it's going to be some good stuff, and we'll see if fuel mileage comes into play at Pocono. So without further ado, I want to sign off. Thank you guys a lot for watching. And if you guys like this, be sure to give it a like. And if you haven't considered subscribing yet, I recommend you do so and to keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future. One more time, congratulations to Josh Williamson on his first win in the RCOM Papa John's Truck Series. And here are your points after the second race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And have a good night, guys. We'll see you guys at Pocono.